Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick video here for you to show you how I installed my Johnson Ultima Switch onto my Johnson Bilge pump. This is on my 2013 Tracker V-175 combo, and you'll notice that there's just a manual bilge here that goes on and off, and if you're like me, you would have wished that they would have installed an auto bilge from the get-go. But this is a great remedy to it without having to replace your bilge pump. Works like a charm. I'm going to try to show you how I wired it up. It was actually very simple, and I'm going to show you that right now. It is going to be a pain to see inside of here, but I'm going to do the best to show you exactly how I did it. And let me see if I can get in here right now. So the beauty of this product, or the beauty of this, is that this will install onto any Johnson pump. From what I understand, they all have clips on the side of them that allows these switches to just adhere right to it. Okay, and that serves a vital purpose for keeping them both in line so that your switch doesn't kick on and then not get enough water out and then keep running and drain a battery. So the fact that they mount right to the pumps is fantastic. And again, I'm going to try to show you. So here's my bilge pump, and you'll notice let's see if I can. I'm just going to try to show you with my finger here. This little black box right there. That's what it is. Okay, I'll try to zoom up on it, and I'll stick my phone in here in just a minute. But I just wanted to just try to get a visual of this from the top. Okay, so you see, we got the pump. Come on, phone. We got the pump here, and then that's the switch right there, mounted right to it, there and there. Okay, and that's how it sits inside of your boat, at least in my boat with the Tracker V-175. Now, the way that this is wired, all right, there is two wires that come from the switch. One is brown and one is brown with a white line going through it. Okay, so let me show you the easy part first. Okay, so your wire from the switch, okay, is brown with a white line through it, and I extended it with this marine wire. And yes, you want to buy marine wire. All right, and this was 16 gauge, just so you know. And then that's what goes to your positive. Okay, so you have you got to put in a little fuse, and guess what? It's a 5 amp fuse. So simple 5 amp fuse, inline fuse going right to the positive of your battery. Okay, so the inline, the fused wire is the brown with the white stripe to the switch. So easy peasy, and that's the easy one. Other one's easy too. I figured I'd just mention what goes to that. Then the other wire on the switch goes to, it interconnects with the pump. So the pump, the bilge pump, okay? On your bilge pump, you have a brown wire and a black wire. What you have to do is cut the brown wire, and then what I did is I used, if you forget what they're called, I'll put the link of them in the description here. I don't know the official term. Yeah, I'm that guy. I know what to buy, but I don't know what they're called. This little 3-way connector here. These are actually pretty sweet. It's got dielectric grease in there, creates a waterproof seal. And so what you do is you cut the brown pump wire, and you stick the two brown ones that were already once one, if that makes sense, into there, and then your other one from the switch. Clamp that baby down, and you're good to go. So that's it. A very, very simple and straightforward installation process. So as you can tell, I'll try to get a, as you can tell, the brown wire, come on phone, the brown wire from that switch is coming into right here, okay? And all I did was cut that brown bilge pump wire, connect the 2 wires into it, connect the switch wire into it, and that's it. And then the brown with the stripe from the switch goes to the positive. As you can kind of see that running inside towards the battery there. And that is essentially it. I'm going to try to stick my phone in there to see if I can possibly give you a better view. So again, this is super tight. That is not the one. That is the one in the middle. I don't even know if you're seeing this or not. Pretty terrible to try to get a picture in there. But that's about it. Now the cool thing is, which again you're not going to be able to see this because it is in the boat. Well, maybe you can see it on the picture. You can. Yay! You see these 2 little notches right here, 1 and 2. Okay. Once you have this hooked up, you can put your 2 fingers on both those little circles, just like that, and hold it there for about 10 seconds. And if your pump kicks on, you know it's working. Okay, now they also tell you to submerge it into water to make sure that that works. For me, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do that. I'm done. I trust that it'll work, and it was good. And I did get a chance to test it with some water, and it worked good. But that's just a nice feature to have, that you can do it. Now, on these pumps, there's just like a little insert on the bottom, and it just slides right into the bilge pump fitting that I talked to you about. So that part was a little bit tricky, trying to get it to kind of slide into that notch. And again, let me see if I can get some. Where's my other light? Yeah, I don't know. You know, it was kind of tricky trying to get that switch onto the pump. You kind of got to feel around a little bit. Yeah, it's so tough to get a good shot here, guys. I'm sorry. You know, you kind of got to feel around to feel the notch, and then once it's there, that switch just slides right into it. It kind of securely goes in. It doesn't clip in or anything, but it's very secure. It slides in. You can feel it, and then it won't go any further. And that's it. So, so that was it. That was that was the whole installation. Like I said, pretty straightforward process. You know, a little tight in there, but overall pretty easy job. Here's a little bit of a relatively better shot there. But yeah, that's it. So I hope this helps, at least to kind of give somewhat of a visual to what I'm trying to explain here. But make sure you get that inline fuse for the positive. You definitely want that. It requires 5 amp. Now, depending on your boat, you know, depending on your pump, it may require something more. But for what's in this tracker V-175, that's all you need is a 5 amp. And I think it's something. I think the pump I got the specs on it before, but I think the pump is something like a 550 gallon per minute or something like that. So that's all that required. Yours may require a different fuse, but that's it. So overall, pretty happy. Relatively inexpensive project. I will say you'll probably need a little bit of marine wire to extend the one cable. Even though this battery is so close, it still wasn't quite enough. So yeah, I would encourage you to do that. If you want that connector, you know, makes life easy. And then, you know, with the wire, I just used, you know, with the wire that I extended, I didn't use that other thing. I just, you know, simple, you know, shrink tube, waterproof, and that was it. Works like a charm. All right, hope this was helpful to you guys. Happy boating, and talk to you later.